4 rounds. Center mass, 1 to the head, half speed. Shooter ready?
Yeah.
Good! Stop! Good catch on that reload. Ready to go full speed? All right. Shoot ready.
Yes.
Front step! Good. On this one, let's step to the right.
Okay.
Shooter ready.
Yes.
Good.
Well, there I am trying my best not to look like a complete idiot at the Bullseye range in San Rafael, California, where I was taking a handgun training under the tutelage of Mr. Dan Caddy, who is their director of training. Let me talk a little bit about the background behind how I ended up there, and then we'll talk about the training and the facility. A few weeks ago, Dan and I started talking about whether I would come on down there and take a training and maybe do a video review. And so, like I do in all cases, I sort of checked things out online, and I'm taking a look at, Bullseye shooting range, and they've got an indoor range, and they've got, you can buy guns there, you can rent guns there, they got all kinds of rifles and tactical accessories and stuff, and it's a gun store, it's an indoor range, and they have a training facility, a component to this whole thing too. Wow, that's kind of a complete all-in-one facility. That's nice. And they make a big deal out of the fact that if you're going to buy a gun, you can try that gun before you buy it. So, when you get those shakes while you're going through your 10-day waiting period to pick up your gun in California, at least you've had a chance to try the thing first, unlike a lot of places. So I was checking them out online, and I'm mostly zeroing in on the training, even though they've got a complete gun store and all that stuff. And I'm saying, it kind of looks like a pretty standard thing, except it's an indoor range, but the price doesn't seem too bad. I mean, there's a course there for $250. There's another one for $350. That's pretty typical for a couple of days of couple of days? What the website says it's a 4-hour training session. Now, at this point in time, I'm kind of saying, wow. I know that Marin County is expensive, but that just sounds like a lot for 4 hours of training. But, I'll give it a go. And as I'm kind of taking a look there further, I'm noticing that some of the courses, there's ammunition included, or there's a big discount on ammunition. So that might make things a little bit better from a value proposition. And then I notice, this is individual training here. This is like there's 1 or 2 of you. You're not in a class with 20 people. So maybe this really is worth it for the money that you're charging, and it's not just a Bay Area, high dollar thing. So with these thoughts in mind, I showed up at the range and met up with Dan, and we did kind of in an upstairs office area, very nicely appointed, kind of the standard lecture part of a handgun training, where you go through the safety rules and you go through what's called the color code of mental awareness. And I don't want to make that sound like any of that stuff is boring. It's just like if you've done 6 or 7 handgun trainings in a year, like I've already done myself, this is kind of old stuff to you. But we also sat down, Dan and I did what I would consider kind of less of a lecture and more of a consulting, where I'm sitting down with Dan Caddy, and he's a very experienced, been there, done that, been in the military, knows his stuff kind of a guy, and you're not just getting a guy telling you something, you're getting a guy kind of being interactive with you and talking about, well, what are your goals, what are your strengths, or what are your weaknesses, what kind of training have you had, what do you think are your weak areas, and all that kind of stuff. So I got the impression that this, again, part of the value proposition, you're really getting a lot more for your money than you might think, than if you're just kind of going on the website and saying, wow, it's a 4-hour training for that much money. No, this is very individualized, very focused training. So I think the value proposition, again, starts to ramp up quite a bit there. Went on downstairs to the range, and this is after hours, so there's not a whole bunch of people there that are renting lanes and stuff like that. It's set aside now just as a training facility. And Dan is a great trainer. I'll just say that right off the bat. I've had a lot of trainers. I've had mostly good trainers. A couple of real bad ones that I'm not going to make videos on because I only want to do positive reviews on my YouTube channel. But Dan definitely is among the best. Very focused on checking out your shooting, diagnosing it, seeing where your problems are, slowing things down, speeding things up to whatever your needs are. There's a few things that I really kind of thought I had down pat, so we didn't spend a lot of time on that. And a few things where it's like, wow, you really kind of suck at that, don't you? I mean, Dan didn't say that, but that I can kind of tell myself when I'm not doing so well at something. So he immediately kind of said, well, let's try that a little different. Let's try that slower. Let's try that maybe half speed. Then let's go full speed. Let's see how far we can get with it.
All right, so let's try this, right? When you go for the drill, let's break it down into steps just so we get the technique, right? So you get the threat command, stop, boom. Step back in, step to here, fire your shots. Then I'll say move. At that point, you're going to step back into it and move back while doing your scanning.
Let's do this quarter speed again.
Yeah, let's go.
Because I think I'm a little,
Then we'll just break it down and make by the numbers.
Right, okay.
Okay. Shooter ready?
Yes.
Threat!
Bam, bam.
Nope, you move back.
I moved back. I did it. Okay.
The only thing moving back is your right foot to get that wide base, deep base.
Okay.
Like you're winding up for a punch or a pitch.
Right.
Right, so you're starting toes squared off like this, just as if you were having a conversation. Ready?
Yep.
Threat!
Bam. Ha.
Just extended it
Except
out.
I just extended out. It ought to be more about,
There you go, just like that.
maybe not so far.
So, you know, you wouldn't get that if you're in a class with 10, 20 people. So you're getting much more of an individualized shooting coach kind of a thing going on than some guy just barking orders at you through a megaphone on a range, which is fine too. This is just a different experience and probably a superior one if you've got if you're limited for time. I was kind of in the back of my mind thinking, you know, this is the Bay Area, this is Marin County. You know, who would this be ideal for? If you're kind of like a business executive and you don't have a hell of a lot of time to invest in handgun training, but you want to have a good training experience and learn a lot, this is your place right here. Bullseye Indoor Shooting Range and Training this is it. You want to do this. Throw down your Amex, man, and do this. A 4-hour course with Dan Caddy is definitely worth your while, and the short drive to Marin, if you're anywhere in the Bay Area, it's not going to be too much gas either. There are some aspects to the training that were unique, and I found that fascinating because there's a lot of things that I'd read about certain kinds of styles of training that people will do that have a psychological component to them, and I hadn't encountered that yet in any handgun or firearms training, but I did encounter it here. And without kind of giving away the big secret, I'll say that Dan did a tremendous job of this, of making the situation real for you, of putting things in perspective, trying to get you to think about this like, no, it really is a self-defense situation. No, you really are defending the life of your family, this kind of thing. Hard to do that, but a good trainer can put you in that zone and get you thinking that way, and I think Dan did so tremendously well. They offer 3 handgun courses: basic, intermediate, and advanced pistol. They offer basic shotgun, advanced shotgun, and basic rifle. They've got a home defense and use of force course. They've got an edged weapons course, which is I don't usually see that at a training facility. You usually go to a combatives center or something like that for that. And you can also get a multi-state concealed carry course that they've got there. I don't think that covers California. Let me check the website here real quick. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's one that'll get you one legal to carry in 31 states. So that's kind of a good one too. If you are that business person and you travel regularly, you can get a permit. You can get your courses to get your permit here at Bullseye to cover all these other states in the United States. Kind of a cool thing to do. The course prices range from $250 to $350 per person. Some of those courses are strictly individual courses, well worth the money. Again, I'll just say that. And some of them are like for 1 or 2 people, that kind of thing. One of the nice things about being at a facility like this, where there is a gun store, is that if you want to rent a gun, you can rent a gun there, and there's all kinds of guns to rent there. So if you're thinking about a Glock or an XD or a Beretta or a SIG or something like that, they're all there. So you don't necessarily have to have the gun in your possession. You could take a course first, and during the course of the course, that's an interesting way to put that, I suppose, figure out what you like and make your purchasing decision accordingly. I think Bullseye has something unique that they're offering here, and if you're in the Bay Area, this is a no-brainer. This is where you want to go. If you're outside of the Bay Area, it's still something unique, and if you're kind of doing a lot of different kind of handgun training, or you're looking to do something a little bit different, this is well worth the drive to go to Bullseye, let me tell you that. So I think it gets the old Zombie Tactics ZT stamp of approval. I really do still need that graphic to come in, boom, right there like that. Bullseye Indoor Shooting Range and Firearms Store and Training. There'll be a link in the video notes for you to check out. Check them out. Definitely one of the better places to train. That's Zombie Tactics for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.